Jessie with Calvert Library. Thank you so much for joining me today for an episode of It's Elementary. Today we'll be reading one of my favorite stories. It's called Little Cloud and Lady Wind. This book is written by Toni Morrison and Slade Morrison, and it's illustrated by Sean Qualls. I also want to give a big thank you to Simon Schuster Books for Young Readers for giving us permission to read their story today. Now, this story is based on a fable, and a fable is a type of story that has a moral at the end, so it teaches you a lesson. So as we're reading through this book, let's try to think about what kinds of things the book is teaching us about life, about being ourselves. At the end of the book, we will also be doing a fun science experiment, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But for now, let's jump into the story.
Clouds scattered in the sky. The biggest one said, "Come here, all of you. There is no strength in being alone. We clouds have to stick together if we want to be strong, and if we want to terrify the earth with storm and thunder." The clouds gathered together, all but one. This little cloud drifted off by herself. Not wanting to blend into a group and lose her freedom, not wanting to frighten the earth, she found a quiet place in the sky. Nice as it was in her home in the sky, Little Cloud was lonely. She liked being free, but felt sad thinking that all she would ever be was a cloud, soft, drifting, and helpless. From the high place of her home in the sky, she could see such beautiful things down below. Purple mountains with scarves of snow, valleys full of bright flowers and tall green grass, silver waves rippling over oceans of ever-changing colors. Little Cloud loved the earth and did not want to join the other clouds to scare it. "If I could only walk," she said, "or lie down, or swim. I am tired of drifting. I want to touch the earth. I want to skip in the snow. I want to lie down with the valley flowers. I want to play in the silver-topped waves." Night came, and Little Cloud fell asleep, dreaming of what it must be like to live and play on the earth. Suddenly, she felt a push, then another, until she was wide awake. "Who are you?" she asked. "I am Lady Wind. I have seen your dream. Come with me, and I can help you." Lady Wind reached out and took Little Cloud in her arms. Together, they raced across the sky. Suddenly, a huge mass of dark clouds appeared, followed by a loud crack of thunder. The ocean leaped, and trees in the valley bent low. "I am afraid," cried Little Cloud. "Don't be," said the lady. "Hang on." All night they flew, chased by the thunderclouds. They dodged knives of lightning, bumped into mountain tops poking through the dark, jumped over ocean waves reaching up to grab them. Little Cloud held on tight and tucked her head as best she could into Lady Wind's dress. Finally, frightened and too tired to help herself, she fell asleep in Lady Wind's arms. It was morning when Lady Wind woke Little Cloud. "Look," she said. "Look down." Little Cloud looked and saw tiny pearls falling from her clothes. "What is that?" she asked. "We call it dew," said Lady Wind. Little Cloud looked again and saw a necklace of many colors stretching from her place in the sky to the valley. "What is that?" asked Little Cloud. "We call it a rainbow," said Lady Wind. Little Cloud looked again and saw a trail of baby clouds just like her floating over the waves. "What is that?" she asked. We call it mist, said Lady Wind. Oh, said Little Cloud. Now I see. I can be me and part of something too. I am dew touching the earth. I am a rainbow lying in the valley. I am mist playing over the ocean. Thank you, Lady Wind. I am me and all the things I dreamed of.
So for today's experiment, we're going to be demonstrating what a cloud is and what it does when it rains. So here I have just a mason jar. You can use any sort of glass or container. And I just have a normal kitchen sponge. So I'm going to place the sponge on top. And I have a little squeeze bottle with some water with some blue food coloring. And this is going to be our rain. And this sponge is going to act as our cloud. So I am going to just start to fill up the sponge with water. So clouds are made up of little teeny water droplets, right? Just little, some really small pieces of water, bits of water. But when the cloud starts to fill up with water, just like the sponge is now, it gets kind of dark, just like clouds do when they start to fill up with rain. Before it rains, the clouds get kind of dark. So we're pretending this sponge is a cloud and it's getting bigger and more dark and filled with water. And we're waiting for the rain to happen. And as the sponge gets more full, it starts to overflow and it starts to leak out. And now we have rain coming into our glass, just like a real cloud if it was filled up with little droplets of water. And if it was really cold outside, right, all of this rain, this water would be freezing and turning into snow. So that's kind of a fun little demonstration to teach us how clouds and how rain works. So I hope you have some fun playing around with that at home. And as always, keep an eye on Calvert Library's social media for more fun activities to do at home. Thank you. Bye.